As March progresses, key dates approach for millions of Social Security beneficiaries in the United States. For many retirees, this monthly deposit isn't just a routine transaction, it's the cornerstone of their financial stability, a lifeline that ensures they cover essential expenses like housing, food, and medical care. With March 28 looming as a key date, a pressing question arises: who exactly will receive the rumored $2,000 payment that day, and how can you ensure you're among them? The Social Security Administration, SSA, has outlined a payment schedule based on beneficiaries' birth dates, meaning that if you were born within specific ranges, your funds could arrive on that date. However, there are exceptions and critical variables that could change when, or even how much, you'll receive. Are you ready to claim this full amount, or could unexpected delays affect your plans? Social Security is much more than just a paycheck, it's peace of mind, a buffer against the rising cost of living that will continue to challenge households in 2025. This year, thanks to cost of living adjustments, COLAs, the average retiree's benefit has seen a bump, reflecting efforts to keep up with inflation. However, not all beneficiaries will see the same amount deposited into their accounts. Your years of contributions, the age at which you began receiving benefits, and even whether you're enrolled in Supplemental Security Income, SSI, all play a role in determining your payment. For SSI recipients, the rules diverge even further, as payments often arrive earlier in the month, potentially leaving some wondering if the 28th applies to them. With so many factors at play, it's no wonder confusion abounds. How can you confirm you're receiving the correct amount? What steps should you take if your payment doesn't arrive as expected? Stay with us as we unravel everything you need to know about this critical date, from who qualifies for the $2,000 to how to protect yourself from costly mistakes. Let's delve into the matter at hand, the Social Security payment schedule. The SSA has meticulously designed a system to distribute funds efficiently, staggering payments based on your birth date. If you were born between the 1st and 10th of any month, your payment is typically received on the second Wednesday, March 12, 2025. Those born between the 11th and 20th receive it on the third Wednesday, March 19th. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and 31st, the fourth Wednesday, March 26th, is your day. But here's where the intrigue begins. March 28th is a Friday, not a Wednesday, disrupting the usual pattern. Could this date indicate a special disbursement, perhaps related to SSI or another adjustment? Or is it a rumor that has gained traction without solid basis? For now, let's explore the standard schedule with an open mind about this $2,000 request. For retirees and people with disabilities, this payment isn't just numbers on a screen, it's the difference between making ends meet and falling short. In a year where inflation continues to sap purchasing power, every dollar counts. The 2025 COLA, set at 2.5%, has raised the average monthly benefit for retirees to around $1,976, though some could see higher amounts depending on their work history and retirement age. Those who delayed claiming benefits until age 70 could receive up to $5,180 monthly, while those taking early retirement at age 62 could receive closer to $2,831. But the $2,000 figure pegged as of March 28 doesn't exactly align with these averages, suggesting a specific group of beneficiaries or a deep-rooted misunderstanding. Could it be a one-time bonus, a retroactive adjustment, or simply confusion? The mystery deepens, and we'll peel back the layers as we go. First, let's get the basics straight. Social Security payments are vital for more than 70 million Americans, including retirees, people with disabilities, and survivors. The SSA ensures the flow of these funds by adhering to its birthday-based calendar, with the exception of those who began receiving benefits before May 1997, receiving them on the 3rd, or SSI recipients, usually on the 1st, adjusted for weekends or holidays. In March 2025, the 1st falls on a Saturday, shifting SSI payments to February 28. This change means SSI recipients won't receive a deposit on March 28, excluding them from the $2,000 conversation unless they also receive regular Social Security benefits. For everyone else, the Wednesday calendar prevails, making the 28th an exception that demands close scrutiny. So, who could receive these $2,000 on March 28? One possibility is a misinterpretation of the SSI payment, which, with a maximum of $943 for individuals and $1,415 for couples, falls short of $2,000 even with the COLA increase. Another theory points to a retroactive payment linked to recent legislative changes, such as the Social Security Equity Act, SSA, which eliminated rules that reduced benefits for certain public sector retirees. These adjustments, which take effect in March, could bring some payments closer to or exceed $2,000 for affected individuals. However, the official SSA calendar does not list the 28th as a standard payment date, suggesting that the figure could be speculation or a specific subset of beneficiaries that has not yet been widely disseminated. To ensure you have no doubts, preparation is key. Start by checking the date and amount of your payment through the SSA's My Social Security portal. This online tool allows you to check the details of your benefits, update your banking information, and confirm your deposit method. By the way, if you're still receiving paper checks, consider switching to direct deposit. It's faster, more secure, and eliminates the risk of delays or theft in the mail. In 2025, the SSA phased out most paper checks, but they still remain behind, and your payments could be several days late. For those expecting to receive funds on the 28th, the delay could extend into early April, especially if there are problems with bank payments over the weekend. What if your payment doesn't arrive? Don't worry yet. Processing times can vary. Banks sometimes take a day or two to reflect deposits. If you pass the 28th day without finding any sign of your funds, contact the SSA at 1-800-772-1213 or visit a local office. Common causes include outdated account information, identity verification issues, or administrative errors. All can be resolved quickly. For example, if your bank routing number changed and the SSA wasn't notified, your payment could be returned, triggering a reissue process that could take weeks. Proactively updating your profile now can save you that headache. Now, let's talk money, specifically, why some receive more than others. Your Social Security benefit depends on your 35 years of highest earnings, adjusted for inflation, and the age at which you begin collecting. If you claim your benefit at age 62, you'll see a permanent reduction. Wait until age 70 and you'll maximize your payment. The $2,000 figure, if true, could reflect a high earner who delayed taking benefits or a couple combining individual and spousal payments. Taxes add another factor. Depending on your total income, up to 85% of your benefit could be taxed, reducing your net deposit. Tools like the SSA's tax calculator can help you estimate this impact and plan accordingly. For SSI recipients, the picture changes. Designed for low-income people with disabilities or limited resources, SSI maxes out at much less than $2,000, even for couples. If you're dually eligible, receiving both SSI and Social Security, your payments arrive separately, SSI on the first, or the preceding business day, and Social Security on a Wednesday schedule. This split might confuse some, making them think a total of $2,000 is due on the 28th, although the calculations rarely match. Reviewing your SSA statements can clarify what you're owed and when. The 2025 adjustments raise further questions to consider. Beyond the 2.5% cost of living adjustment, COLA, the maximum taxable income limit increased to $176,100, boosting future benefits for high-income earners. Meanwhile, retroactive Fairness Act payments, arriving at the end of March, could explain a $2,000 windfall for some, such as former teachers or police officers previously disciplined under the old rules. However, the SSA's silence on a widespread $2,000 payment for the 28th keeps the rumor in limbo. Is this a targeted increase or a viral myth? To maximize your benefits, be proactive. Regularly review your SSA account for errors. Misreported income can drastically reduce your payment, and corrections take time. If you suspect you've received less than your fair share, file a claim with the SSA, bringing supporting documents such as pay stubs or tax returns. And don't forget tax planning. Consulting with a financial advisor can minimize your liability and save more of your check. If you receive SSI, immediately report changes in your income or resources. Exceeding the limits could suspend your payments. Returning to March 28, the question about the $2,000 lingers. Without official confirmation from the SSA, it's tempting to dismiss it as pure hype, perhaps a mix-up between the February 28 SSI payment, misdated, or the Retroactive Fairness Act checks, mistimed. The usual calendar notes March 26th as the last major payday for those born between March 21st and 31st, leaving the 28th as a possible makeup date or anomaly. The social media buzz about X hints at enthusiasm for a $2,000 bonus but lacks hard evidence, fueling both hope and skepticism. So, is it true or false? After analyzing SSA guidelines, payment trends, and legislative updates, requesting $2,000 on March 28 seems like fiction to most. There's no overarching policy to support it, and the date doesn't match the established schedule. However, for a select few, for example, Equity Act beneficiaries or those with delayed reissues, it's not impossible. The bottom line? Check your status, trust official sources, and don't rely on rumors. Have you confirmed your payment date? Leave a comment. Let's keep the conversation going as we navigate the Social Security maze together in 2025.